Malcolm Turnbull, thanks for your time.
Very good to be with you, Brian. Good evening.
Prime Minister, looking back at the year, where do you think we are as a nation?
Oh, we're in great shape, Brian. There's no question about it.
In what way?
Well, in every way, Brian. We are in fantastic shape. If you were to look at the world and say, you know, where would I like to live? What country would I like to live in? You'd have to choose Australia.
Wouldn't a lot of people in the world agree with you?
They would. They'd be crazy if they didn't, Brian.
But you're not letting them in.
No, Brian. I'm not looking for people to come here.
Oh, you're not sending a message to people smugglers?
No, Brian. I'm answering your question. You've asked me a question.
But there are a lot of people whose countries have been completely destroyed, and we are saying you can't come here.
Brian, I see what you're doing there. What you've done there is that you've taken a statement I made in one context and you've read it back to me in a different context. The elite do this.
I'm not elite, Prime Minister.
No, Brian, but I am, and I'm very familiar with it. It's a mechanism we use all the time.
But,
But let me rephrase what I'm saying, Brian, just for the avoidance of any ambiguity. Let's say you're living in Australia and you look at the world and you go, now, where would I most like to live in the world? What country would I like to live in, Brian? You would choose Australia every single time.
But Malcolm Turnbull, you'd be in Australia.
And you'd be bloody delighted to remain here.
So we're not talking about people in Australia who are living in areas that don't have services or hospitals,
Brian, I'll tell you who I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are trying to get ahead, maybe raise a family, maybe build an asset base against an uncertain future, Brian.
So you're talking about someone that's living in the big cities, a property owner?
Brian, I'm not specifying exactly the circumstances under which people are living.
Yeah, but you don't want to give an example of someone being successful and happy when we know very well that they're not.
Of course I don't, Brian. I'm assuming somebody is interested in success and capable of enjoying it.
I mean, that's my point. I agree with you. I'm just trying to help your argument here.
Let me just rephrase it again, Brian, so I'm clear that you understand it. Let's say that you're living somewhere in Australia.
In your own house.
In your own house, Brian, an asset that you are building, you know, decent-sized place.
Inner suburbs.
Nice view of the sea.
Sydney.
Maybe Sydney, Brian. Let's say you're living there and you looked at the world and you thought, where would I most like to live, Brian?
You'd want to be in Australia.
You would choose Australia.
I agree with you.
Well, you made it pretty difficult for me, Brian. It's not a complicated argument.
Well,
you towed us through the mud there for a while.
I don't think anyone would disagree.
Neither do I. I think they'd be crazy if they didn't want to live here.
Thank you for coming in and have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, same to you, Brian. You know, try and enjoy yourself. I do.
Oh, I know you do.
Boy, do I enjoy myself.